Quick snap. They go without a huddle. Connor weaves his way. It's down to 25, just short of the first down. But Brown trying to shake loose, and he does. To the end zone. That's going to be a Cardinal touchdown.
We're going to get this W, baby. Cardinals win, baby. All right. Welcome in, RedSea, welcome in. My name is Mike. I'm going to be your host today. Unfortunately, Chris isn't going to be with us. So right now, we're not going to have him on the show right now, but it's just going to be me. And we'll go ahead and get to that a little later, but let's go ahead and get started with this show. With further ado, let's get started here. Just wanted to say, welcome in. Just go ahead and make sure that you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button to the show if you like what you're listening to. But let's get with this week's prediction show. Now, we went ahead and boarded a flight yesterday, and we landed into the city of brotherly love. That's right, the city of brotherly love. We will be going ahead and playing at Lincoln Financial Field at approximately 11 a.m. Arizona time, 1 p.m. Eastern time for all the Philadelphia Eagle fans out there. And for the Arizona Cardinal fans, let's rise up, baby. We got this W. And I'm going to go ahead and get started with these predictions. Now, first off, when we go ahead and get going here at the Cardinals, and I'm going to kind of go ahead and with my prediction, let's go ahead and go starting with some injury report. I'm going to go ahead and put that injury report right there. Now, with this injury report, I'm going to go ahead and start with Philadelphia Eagles injury report, and the biggest one I'm seeing here is Darius Slay. Now, he's a cornerback there, and he will be out for this game in Philly, and so that's actually a good thing. Not a really big player, but does a real good job, and we'll see if we can go ahead and get going with that. Now, other than that, everybody else is looking like they're good. Jalen Hurts is there. We got, we got Brown is there. We got Swift, and moving on to the Cardinals injury report. This one is not a good one. Now, this is just new. This just came in that Marquise Brown is going to be out for the rest of the season. That is right. You heard that. Out for the rest of the season. He is out. He still cannot fix that heel issue, apparently. And JG went ahead and said that he just couldn't deal with it, and so he went ahead and put him in IR. So Marquise will not be with us for the next two games. And my personal opinion, I think he might get traded. We'll go ahead and talk to Chris on the next prediction show and get his insights on what's going on with all that. So, kind of moving on forward down the injury report list, there's not really anything. Kyler Murray said that he had a holiday bug going on. Went ahead and he looked fine walking up the steps to the airplane there, so I think he'll be okay. And Jonathan Gannon, JG, said he is ready to go, so he'll be with us Sunday. Now, with all these injuries hitting us and everything that's going on, I think that the biggest thing that we need to kind of focus on right now is we got to get our weapons rolling. And I believe Mr. Michael Wilson, your number has been called, sir. Your number has been called. We need to see you out in that field tomorrow, and we need to see you open. If they're double teaming you got to find your routes. We got to go ahead and get that rolling. Mr. McBride, I think it's going to be your show again. And another thing is we got to get that ball on the ground rolling too as well. We got to get James Conner rolling. We got to go ahead and get Carter rolling. And DeMarcado, I think he was a breakout. He kind of broke out last week, and I think he could still do pretty well this week with going with that. Now, going down the thing, here's a pretty cool little insight with the with us playing Philly. If anybody knows out there, knows the actual stats, I'm going to go ahead and show you that here. Is we actually played them 122 times. That's correct, 122 times. Now, with that 122 records, Arizona actually is up by about 3 wins. We actually lead, beating out the Philly about so the record's 60-57, so 60 wins, 57 losses, and 5 ties for the 122 matchups that we've played over the years. So coming into this, we have a little bit of an edge, a winning edge. Now, not to say that our percentage winning over down in Philly is going to be all that great, but the percentage over there is actually pretty decent. I believe it's they lead just a little bit more games to us down in Philly beating that. But moving on forward, here's another thing is JG is making his return. I don't know, man. He got booed leaving the city. Do you think he's going to get booed coming into the city? How do you think Philly's going to go ahead and come in here and treat JG? They all think he lost the Super Bowl for them, so I don't know. And JG, if you're listening, which you're probably not, I know that you had told the media before that this game isn't to come back and to punish anybody. Well, you know what, sir? I believe that you should, because if you go ahead and win this game, that this is going to go ahead and put the Eagles out of contention for the number 1 seed, meaning they, first off, don't get home field advantage, and they don't get a bye week. So they actually have to go on and battle it. And so I think if we go ahead and take that away from them, I think that'd be a pretty sweet deal. Get that W down there in Philly and walk off. But again, JG makes his return to the city of brotherly love. But I also think that, we all know that Philly has a lock in the playoffs. I think that we can go ahead and ruin that number 1 seed for them. Now, for my prediction, I'm going to go ahead and go off and what we can do. First off, I think we need to absolutely stop DeAndre Swift. That guy's crazy. So if we can go ahead and stop the run with Swift running everywhere, and I think if we can go ahead and put some pressure on Jalen Hurts, he doesn't like that pressure. He gets flushed in that pocket, makes poor, bad decisions, and I think that will help as well. Another big thing is no missed tackles. I've been watching lately a lot of missed tackles. Let's not get those. Dallas Goedert. He's going to be a threat. I believe he's going to kind of go off in this game. I just have a feeling we have issues going against tight ends, and we're going to have to really watch him, and I hope that we got to get Michael Wilson open. We got to go ahead and we got to make sure Dortch is open, and we got to get Rondell in those open fields, and I believe Pascal too as well. We got to get those guys played in there, get them open, and maybe get that double coverage off Wilson and surprise some things. Another thing too as well, we've been averaging about 95 yards per game. I think what we need to start doing is let's bump that up for these next 2 games. Kind of have James Conner come out with a big game. I also think we need to get Mr. Carter going as well. Mr. Carter, you need to get your wheels running. And like I said, again, DeMercado. So those 3, if we can get those 3 running on the field, I believe my prediction for this week, Cards are going to go ahead and win by 27-24 by 3 points. And I believe that Prater's going to be with the field goal. And pretty much that is my prediction of this one. But now I said that Chris wasn't going to be with us this week, but he did send me a text message. And I'm going to kind of go over what he said. So I went ahead and sent him a text message, and what I told him, I said, hey, brother, what is your prediction for this week? And he said, Mike, honestly, I think we are going to take this one, and this game is going to be an upset. But first off, I wanted to apologize for not being there today, as he had some family matters that he had to attend to. But yes, we will win this one, but I believe that we're going to win this one by at least 6 points with Trey McBride for the touchdown win. Now, let's get this win and go Cards. So Chris goes ahead and he thinks that they're going to go ahead and win by at least 6 points. I'm thinking by 3, but I might rethink that because you know what? Chris is right. I think that if we go ahead and get those running and the wide receivers open and we don't miss tackles and our defense is on point, Zaven Collins comes in strong. We get some good hits. Jalen Thompson, you come in and do your job as well. And, yeah, man, maybe Antonio Hamilton, since Marco is out of there. See you later, buddy. But since Marco left, Antonio Hamilton, you're up, man. Your number's been called. Let's see what you can do tomorrow. So, again, thank you for watching the RedSea Brothers. Make sure to go ahead and like and subscribe. And we'll go ahead and see you next week with our next week predictions when we face off against the Seattle Seahawks and Glendale, Arizona. And Chris will be with us, hopefully. And we'll go ahead and get some little bit of talk about Kyler Murray. Is he going to be staying with us or is he going to be going? And what about Marquise Brown since he is out for the season? Do you think that maybe he'll be a good trade for the going into the draft? And another thing is are we really going to be getting Marvin Harrison Jr.? We don't think so. So we're going to get our opinions next week on the next prediction show when Chris is able to go ahead and get on. Again, thanks again. And thanks for watching the RedSea Brothers podcast. All right. And you have a good one. Go Cards. Let's get this W. Go Cards, baby. Go Cards.